first chat of the night as I'm preparing for the show, which will come on in about 3 minutes. Let's see here. Share. Oops. Oops. All right, here we go. Here we go. Gonna share this to a few pages, and then we'll should bring us up to 8 o'clock. Harrisville Haunted House? Yeah, sure, why not? And let's see. And Chiller Chat. Here we go. Look at that. I think I'm doing pretty good on time. Kind of proud of myself. Every week it's a struggle. Okay. Got a couple viewers on YouTube. Got some on Facebook. That's what we like. Let's take this all the way here. Cassandra says hi, everybody. Hi, Cassandra. Autumn says hi, Brian. Hi, Autumn. Thanks for joining us. Paul says, hey, Dr. Jack. We are here for group. All right. Cassandra says, hi, Dale. Hi, John. Dale says, hello, Cassandra. All right. So we know Dale's here. Don't worry, I won't keep you waiting too long, Dale, before we drop the watch party. Cassandra says, hi, Craig. Hi, Carrie. See, I'm not seeing them. I can only see when someone comments. Most of you. I know I still can't see on YouTube. Glam Fangs and Tom Paisley. Anchor, Pennsylvania. And yo, peeps. Carrie says, is this film scarier than Tom Brody and Ab? Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna... All right. Fear is such a subjective thing. To each his own. All right. Hey, let's start the show. Hey, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show. This is Saturday, January 9th, 2021, and we are rip-roaring ready to go. And we will be talking about the Chiller Night programming coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Stream TV. So we'll get to all that. Within time. We got about an hour. Every night, every Saturday night, I should say, from 8 p.m. until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m., we will be talking about that, the schedule, as well as other topics of horror, science fiction, paranormal, and pretty much anything you throw my way. Now, I will say this. I'll say it, and then we'll release it. One of the things I don't want brought up, we do a good job every week at keeping politics and political activities out of the show. So just to, I'll say it once and we'll leave it out. So people come here to just have a good time. And that's what I'm planning on doing. Hopefully you guys will be too. So I'm just saying that nobody has wrote anything. on here so far, but just letting you know in advance, because sometimes I'm just like reading these and boom, I get hit with a comment that I didn't see coming. So, with that being said and out of the way, Raymond says, hi, all. Hey, Raymond, thanks for joining us. John says, and now from the subterranean world, it's time for Chiller Night pre-show with Brian Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand. Thank you, John and Crozak. The Anchor Pennsylvanian Headbang. Okay. Raymond says, Tom. All right, Tom must be on air. Hey, Tom, thanks for joining us. Anchor Pennsylvanian. Brian, what up? No, I'm not drunk yet. Just kidding. All right, good. I mean, unless you're more comfortable watching it intoxicated, maybe it's a little easier to get through. Anchor Pennsylvania and Joe Glam. All right, Glam's with us tonight too. All right, thanks for joining us. Let's see if I'm missing anybody else. I don't think I am. All right, so with that, let's jump right into the. Wait. Paul says, does the star of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, does he star in Manos to Hands of Fate? Hello, extended family. Yeah, I don't know. Someone, Alan Ormsby. That's the movie we're going to be watching tonight. Is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. After some of you brought that up last week, and let me throw that up there. Okay, Saturday, January 9th, 9 p.m. The movie is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Leah Dawn Madden. And on that episode, we were talking about, she was explaining why she believes vampires are real. And she discusses that with me tonight on the 11 o'clock episode, 11:30. And she actually goes around to conferences, like, talking about this subject. So 11:30 Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Night of the Living Dead. So we got a night of ghouls and zombies tonight. Be a good night. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Gary Striner. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Manster. All right, there you have it. So, getting back to the Anchor Pennsylvania says, I think I will make it my tradition to headbang when the intro music fires up. Ah! Not a bad tradition to have. All right, the Anchor Pennsylvania. I don't think so. He changed his mind that quick? What? David says, or Cassandra says, David says the champagne is popped as he smokes his cigar outside, enjoying the night and a nice fire. Oh, that sounds nice. Sounds like a nice evening. All right, so yeah, last week, you guys, we were talking, and some of you brought up, because we were having Night of the Living Dead as the feature show at 9 p.m., the feature movie, and somebody had brought up Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. A few of you were commenting on that, so went ahead and put that for tonight's feature movie. So there you have it. Good movie. All right. Cody says, what up, man? Hope your weekend is going great. Going pretty good, Cody. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. And Raymond says, Jack Shadow's hat would fall off headbanging. Yeah. You'd have to go hatless. But that's okay. He's done that before. Every once in a while, he lets the hair flow. All right, Dale, are you still with us? Look at that. We're jumping right into the watch party. All right, just giving Dale the heads up that I'll be checking on the movie for the week coming up on the watch party. Every Thursday night, folks, if you're new here, every Thursday night we have a watch party on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, there is a watch party. A scheduled watch party by Dale Balter. He searches those out, and he runs the show, and I really appreciate him doing that, and I know others do as well. So, all right, Dale, when you are ready, we will make the announcement. I will commence the drum roll. This is to build up the excitement, the anticipation for the announcement for the movie, which will be playing on January 14th, Thursday. And Raymond says the execution drum. I know. All right, there we have it. Rabid Grannies from 1988. Rabid Grannies. I I don't know. I don't know where you're getting these, but that's pretty cool. Rabid Grannies. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. I've never heard of some of these. So I gotta give you a lot of credit, Dale, for digging these up for the Chiller Night Facebook group page. This is a lot of fun in that 80s era of horror and science fiction movies. So, all right, well, thank you. Thank you, Dale. I've never seen this. I've never heard of Rabid Grannies, but it looks like a fun one. Cody says, I miss Dark Horse Wrestling. My grandfather, Floyd Collins. Yeah, I remember Floyd. You should remember him. He would bring me every year. Yeah, I sure do remember Floyd. Yeah, well, I hope he's doing well. And yep, that was a lot of fun. I'm sure what prompted that was I had one of those memories come up on Facebook where I posted on my page about Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. Had a picture of me standing there interviewing Lumberjack LaRue, who was a DCW heavyweight champion there for a while. He held the title, so it's quite the fan favorite. I think I'm going to have him on an upcoming episode of Chiller Chat. Speaking of upcoming episodes of Chiller Chat, we're going to be doing a live Chiller Chat this coming Tuesday. Where? How can I watch it, you might ask? Well, if you're watching this show right now, that's exactly how you can do it. You can come to this Facebook page, the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page, or the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel on Tuesday, January 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where I will be interviewing independent writer and director Michael Smith. We had Michael on the show a year ago. It was actually last January, where he was talking about his movie Mr. Stitches. So this month, this coming Tuesday on the 12th, Michael will be talking about his movie House of the Vampire. House of the Vampire. And he said, let me read the synopsis right off of the website here. House of the Vampire is first of all, it's a homage to the Hammer horror films. And if you notice, I don't know how well you can see that, but right below Vampire it says in Keller. That's pretty cool. All right, so House of the Vampire is a roughly 60-minute movie based on an original story by writer-director Michael Smith. It tells the story of a wealthy Victorian family's long-buried secret. It was filmed on a budget of just over $2,000 in autumn of 2020 in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and McConnellsville, Ohio, at locations that date back to the 1800s, with talent from Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, and Cleveland. The style is a homage to Hammer films of the 1970s that were produced in England for decades and made for little money, often using recycled sets and locations, but made Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee famous in the States for their portrayals of Dracula, Van Helsing, and Frankenstein, and brought to life many classic monsters and heroes. I'm sure all of you are very well aware of Hammer horror, but I wanted to read that synopsis there, and I'm looking forward to talking to Michael. I'll put his picture up there again. Michael Smith, and he will be talking about House of the Vampire. I'll be mentioning too. How am I supposed to do it now? Let's see. Let me check to see the comments here real quick. Raymond says new to me about Rabid Grannies. I would imagine right under that. Bangor, Pennsylvania. Okay, Rabid Grannies just looks painful. Cassandra said David got his first COVID vaccination this week. Only side effect was a small lump on his shoulder that opened up to become an eyeball, just like the Manster. That's creepy, right? Uh, Paul says, I need vodka for that one. Yes, yes. I need vodka, and I didn't even watch Rabid Grannies yet. Just talking about it. Cody says, the lumberjack is a great man, one of the nicest people I've ever met. Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, I commented tonight and he responded. I said, I got to get you. I actually asked him to be on Chiller Chat in the past, but then we were getting ready. And speaking of David's vaccination with COVID, COVID hit and, it was, I haven't been to the studio since. So, uh, but we'd like to think that uh, some dust will settle here, likely, and we can resume with some shows there in the studio. Paul says the vampire lore is very real in New Orleans. They had a coast to coast show on that. That's interesting. I really miss Coast to Coast, by the way. I got to throw that in there. Very good, thank you. Paul says the Anchor, Pennsylvania. Love me some Meadow Glam. I wish I could see Glam's comments, but alas, once again, I cannot. So, all right. So, there you have it, Michael Smith. Yeah, we're going to be having a Chiller Chat right here on the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page. I didn't want to put it on the Chiller Chat Facebook page only because, look, if you're watching this, you know about it, and I don't want you jumping around trying to find it. If you know about this one, you'll know about that one. So I'm just keeping everything on Chiller Night Theater, just like just like the show or the website. Everything's under Chiller Night Theater. So let's just keep it there for now. I'm going to try to get the live Chiller Chats up and running again, and we'll kick it off with this year with Michael Smith on the 12th. And then that show, I will edit that, put it together, and send it to Stream TV. And that will be featured next Saturday on the 16th as the feature Chiller Chat show at 11 p.m. So there you have it. Feel free on Tuesday at 8 to join us and do what you're doing right now. Just questions and comments. As I'm talking to Michael, I might not see your comments necessarily. So if you have a interesting question or comment that I might have missed, throw it in there again. We'll get to it. Let's see. Bonehead says, hello to the ghoul friend of our nightmares, Miss Glam Fangs. She really gets quite the attention there on YouTube. I wish I could see her. Cody says, what's your favorite all-time horror movie, and which movie that you have ever seen was the scariest to you? Well, that's a tough one to answer. My favorite all-time horror movie, because even though horror movie is a category in and of itself, I have my nostalgic horror movies, and then I have my really terrifying horror movies that I can't really ever think of a terrifying horror movie, like any movie that I really sat there. I suppose as far as like the creep factor of feeling like, oh, this is good. I still love the Blair Witch Project, the original Blair Witch Project. When I first saw that movie, I was really drawn into that film. And I just had that nice cold chill on my back, like watching The Exorcist, which is another one I'll put up there. There was a really, I don't know, when I get that feeling like that slab of ice on my back, that to me, pretty good horror movie. I'm really enjoying it. As far as like the nostalgic, that are not at all scary but are fun to watch. I've said it before, like the Bride of Frankenstein, Curse of the Werewolf. That's a good question, but that's one that's impossible for me to answer. I can throw out some of my top ones that come to mind, but when I've spent 50 plus years, loving horror movies, it's so hard to just pick a couple. I just want to I want to pick them all. Um, let's see. Bonehead says, and so some of you guys throw some titles out at me. What are some of the ones that you really enjoy? Bonehead says, "Hello to all the Chiller Night Theater crew," and the Angry Pennsylvanian. Glam, when you get a chance, watch Awakening by Unleash the Archers. Okay, I've never heard of that one. The Awakening by Unleash the Archers. Okay. Is that a new one? All right. Paul Lynch says, Hammer movies are the best. Oh, I love Hammer movies. Love them, love them. Cody says, yes, Blair Witch was good. I think so. A lot of people didn't. I guess you were either drawn in and you got it. Not the understanding of it, like it's a complicated plot line to follow. I'm talking about you either felt that or you didn't, and a lot of people didn't, but there's a lot of people who did. It was a very successful movie for such a low budget. I enjoyed it. I love that movie. I loved it. Um, Cody says, did you know back then people believed it was real? Yeah, that was another thing. I thought it was promoted just it's brilliantly. It was such a good promotion because it did. People were watching like, oh, they shouldn't, they were, there were people upset because they thought they were watching a legitimate documentary on seeing these kids, these young people making this movie for the last time, like the last time you're viewing them, and yeah, there's I just think it was neat. It was such an interesting backstory behind that movie and how they made it and the way that they made it. Now that was not a common way to make movies back then. And then since the Blair Witch Project, you've seen that style repeated 1,000 times. Everybody wanted to make the documentary type of movie. Not saying that was the first one, but it was the first. It was done very well, and a lot of people jumped on those the coattails of that success, trying to do the same thing, and that was even to do sequels and stuff like that. That was one of those one and done things. You couldn't reproduce the success of that movie. They had the Okay, I'm talking about the Blair Witch Project from what, 99? It was 99, something like that. And then they had Blair Witch. Was that the most recent one? I gotta say, I watched that. I didn't think it was great, but I was entertained by it. I would sit and watch it again. I was entertained. I didn't dislike it. I'll put it that way. Um, but that first one, there's no way to even, you can't even watch it a second time and get the same feeling like watching it the first time. You know what I mean? So I like that. Let's see. Paul says that was filmed in my neck of the woods. The Blair Witch Project. Was it really? That's pretty cool. Angry Pennsylvania. That song is absolutely stunning. Oh, is that what Awakening is? I don't know. Unleash the Archers. Is that a group? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Paul says Book of Shadows was very good too. Book of Shadows. Oh, okay. Wasn't that was that the second one? I think that was the second one, was it? Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. Cody says favorite slasher film? Mine is any Michael Myers. I would have to say, and I've said it on here before, probably I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is one that I pull out every year for the October, you know, um, view fest for Halloween is Halloween Part 6. I just like that movie. It's not the greatest, but it's fun. It's a fun movie for me to watch. Halloween Part 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Um, but I do enjoy the Friday the 13th. franchise, probably a little bit more than the Halloween ones, but yeah, that one stands out to me. Um, Cody says, "I just love how he cannot die." I know we were just talking about Michael Myers and that whole thing a couple weeks ago. Um, Cody says, "I didn't like the new Blair Witch. Haha, originals are always the best." Most of the time, that is absolutely true. Um, Paul says, "Up in Burkittsville." Oh, you're not far from Burkittsville. That's pretty neat. That's really cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, I don't know. What are what are some of your favorite movies? And it's hard for me to say a favorite movie without thinking of Hammer horror. We were talking about Hammer horror, and it's hard for me to not include those movies, the Horrors of Dracula. You know, I mean, how do I Universal and Hammer horror. I grew up, with such nostalgia. When it comes to nostalgia. Nostalgic feelings about those movies because those are the ones I remember the most in watching Chiller Theater when I was growing up in aired out of Pittsburgh. And Hammer Horror or similar movies to that, you know, I guess is why I do what I'm doing now because of my love for horror movies. Um, but in saying that, getting back to Michael Smith and his movie, The House of the Vampire, I have some pictures here of it, and then I'll play you a trailer from it if you want to see a trailer. It's pretty neat, but here's some of the House of the Vampire. Of course, that kind of looks like the old Hammer font. It's kind of neat. And there's a cemetery view. He sent me these pictures as publicity pictures. Some of the characters in the movie. I'm sure, Tuesday he can explain a lot more about that. And here's one of the shots. It looks like one of the vampires is getting staked. So, yeah, that looks pretty neat. I like that. I like that title page or that title pick. So pretty cool. But right now, what I'll do it's kind of it's 2.5 minutes for the trailer. Or should I wait for Tuesday? I should probably wait for Tuesday. Let's wait for Tuesday, and then I'll show the trailer, and then that'll hook you in. Maybe I'll do that rather than because it's kind of a lengthy trailer. It's 2.5 minutes long. So why don't we just play? We'll play that on Tuesday when we got Michael on the phone. We're doing the episode, and then that way we can question, comment on the trailer as we see it with Michael on the line with us, and then. Cody says, "Did you see they made a teaser for a new Halloween movie for 2021? Have you seen the newest one from 2019? If so, did you enjoy it?" I definitely did. I did not. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that the one? Um, yeah, I think I did see that one actually. Yeah, the newest one with Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, I did see that one. Yeah, it was okay. I've mentioned this probably back a little bit after probably a month or so ago. We were talking about this. The only thing I didn't like about what they did with that was the up until part six, it had some continuity to it. And then I was getting into that story, and it was kind of a fun little story they were telling. And then after that, the continuity stops, and then they relaunch that with Jamie Lee Curtis to H2O with the 20-year anniversary of the movie. So I kind of wish they would have just continued with it, but when they relaunch it and redo it, it kind of loses a little bit of its, I don't know, for me, anyways, a little bit of the luster there. Paul says Gene Sickle, they did a promo for that live 30 minutes from Burkittsville, Maryland. Oh, yeah? That's cool. I didn't see that. The Angry Pennsylvanian. I don't have a favorite horror movie. I can relate to that. I can understand that. But I can say that my favorite campy horror movies are the Our Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Death Dream, Blackula, and The Blood Splattered Bride. Aha! Well, then you're in luck, good sir, because we will be playing Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things in a little over half an hour. So we can at least give you one of those tonight. Angry Pennsylvanian says, you know, movies that no 8-year-old has any business watching. Right, right. Bonus is the trailer of terror, eh? Oh, the trailer of terror? Brian says Halloween Kills. And Paul says Jamie let still rock. She ages like fine wine. Cody says I just don't know how it's going to work with how it ended in the 2019 version if they're making a new one. Who knows? I will just relaunch it. You know, that's why I think if they just kept the same story, which I understand, like if you're doing like comic books or something like that, you know, everything's dated. You know, like the Punisher, for example, he was a Vietnam vet. You know, and if you're having a current Punisher comic story, you know, you want to do that character. Well, that character might be in his, you know, late 60s or, you know, early to mid 70s. So uh, I understand there's, you know, you have to relaunch something within that storyline to, you know, if you're still going to use that same, you know, that's tough. That's actually something, a big decision with the editor and writers, you know, how they want to do that. But for this, for Halloween, for example, I think they could have just kept that going. They could have just, you know, kept right after part 6 and just kept running with it. But that's me. It was a promotional thing, you know, obviously with, you know, H2O. What's that? You know, how clever. And then Jamie, you know, bringing Jamie back. We could have brought her back in part 7, but who am I? That's just my little opinion. And then Angry Pennsylvania. I will be watching Rubber later. Thanks, Bonehead. What? Paul Lynch says Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D was awesome. Yeah, it was. Brian says the new Halloween movie is called Halloween Kills. Oh, that's what that's what you were saying. I didn't know if it was like Halloween Rocks, you know, or you know, that's awesome. Okay, it's actually called Halloween Kills. All right, well that makes more sense to me now. Okay. And then Cody says, "Did you like Freddy versus Jason?" I enjoy that movie every time I watch it. It's just so entertaining, very cool movie. I did enjoy that one. You know, the thing is, it was just so campy and you know, because at that point, how can you really uh take, you know, you can't take it that seriously at that point, you know. So I enjoyed it, you know, just for the entertainment sake, for the, you know, for that big dumb fun of it, you know, just to sit there. And the fact that they threw those two in the movie together, yeah, I'm gonna watch that, you know. I thought it was done. I thought it was done all right, you know, and it was done well enough to hold my attention. The only thing I didn't understand is why they didn't get Kane Hodder to be Jason. That's the part that I don't understand. Um, I don't know. I've read things, you know. I've read different, you know, articles on why that decision was made. Can't remember a shred of any of it, but I know that there was some reason to it. But I think they should have had Kane Hodder, as he is the most known for playing that character. So, but anyways, let's see. Bonehead says Rubber actually isn't that bad of a movie. It's a good one to enjoy with some friends and a little enhancement, if you get my drift. To each his own. Whatever helps you get through them. Dale says, in my opinion, Jason won. Oh yeah, I clearly I clearly think, whoever was walking out of there holding the head of the other won. you know. So yeah, Jason gets he gets my vote on that. That's the way I saw it. Cody says, and I can't say that Freddie looked down and out. He gave the little wink there, indicating that it just didn't quite seem finished. But from what we viewed, Jason walked out of there literally on top. Okay, Cody says just two huge known killers fighting. Cool. I think I wouldn't mind seeing a Michael versus Jason. Yeah, that would be interesting if they kept it campy, and I I say that about even Universal Monsters started doing that stuff. They started getting into less of a quality story. Again, as much as I love Universal and you hold the characters in the movies up to some reverence, but when you look at it, the studios did the exact same thing. They were more about just pushing these out. And House of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, entertaining movies. I enjoy them. I've watched them both, many times, and then Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. But even Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. That was where a lot of that started. So that was still. I mean, that was the beginning of that. I guess I can't even say campiness because it wasn't intended to be campy. But um, when how do I say this? That movie actually has one of my favorite openings for a horror movie. At least one of the Universal ones, anyways. The when the two grave robbers go into the cemetery to to loot the tomb of the Talbots, Larry Talbot. So if you're a fan of that movie, you know exactly what I mean. Just the atmosphere, the setting is such a perfect scene for a horror movie, and well done, very well done. Well, let me get back to Jason says I vote for Jason. Simply the naming rights. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Um, Paul says, "Hey, Sister Hogue, how are you doing?" I don't know if is Avon here tonight. I'm not sure she's watching tonight. Um, she's just in the other room, but I'm not sure if she's on there. But she's doing well. Um, the Angry Pennsylvanian, even though they're not horror regarding campy movies, I love The Last Dinosaur and the Bermuda Depths. Now I don't I'm sure I've watched Bermuda Depths, but um, I know I actually own a DVD of The Last Dinosaur. I remember the night that was on TV that actually came on. So yeah, I remember that movie. Love that one. I wish I could play that for Chiller Night Theater. Time is it 8:35. Cool, cool, cool. Brad says, oh, Brad, there he is. It's the Chiller Night pre-show. Brian Hogue starring Brian Hogue. Now here's Brian. Sorry I'm late, Brian. NFL playoffs are on today. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for joining us. Well, I'll throw up the schedule here in a bit here. But tonight's 9 o'clock movie is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. So Paul says, can we still do cooking with Jack? And do you have home insurance for the castle? Yeah, I'll probably need it with Aura almost blowing up the castle a couple times. Little potions. But it says last dino, Richard Boone yelling, "You ding dong!" Classic. Yeah, Richard Boone. Yeah, the great hunter goes on a quest. The great billionaire hunter going on this quest to catch a dinosaur. That's a good movie. That's a really good movie. I enjoyed that. Kind of funny to see Richard Boone playing that Angry Pennsylvanian. Speaking of Marvel Comics, this is good news. You might be interested, Brian. Oscar Isaac has been, I remember, I heard about this, has been confirmed to play the lead for the Moon Knight series coming up on Disney Plus. I have heard that. I just read that this week. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. I'm anxious to see some of these series that they've been promoting or mentioning for a while. I don't know. Hopefully, we start seeing them soon. Ava says, "I heard my name. LOL. What did I miss?" Oh, Paul was asking how you were doing. David says, "Good evening. Second glass of champagne. Cheers." All right, cheers, David. Glad you're with us tonight. Brad says, "Hi, Ava." Ava says, "Hi, Brad." Cassandra says, "Sadly today, Carmen Capiengo." I don't know if I'm saying that name right. Capabianco passed away. He was a star of Psychos in Love. He lost his battle with cancer around 4:45 a.m. Such a great guy, always positive and optimistic. Oh, I that's sad to hear. I've not heard of that of that actor, but that's too bad. I hate to hear that with anybody. Star of Psychos in Love. All right, I like the title. Paul says, "Can you please play City of the Dead?" All right, we can play City of the Dead. Let me make sure. I haven't played that in a while. I have this stuff on the computer, but I'm a very old school kind of guy. I like stuff written down on pages I can actually turn. Let's see. What we're talking about? City of the Dead. Well, let's see. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe that'll be next week's then. Last time I played City of the Dead. Wow, that's been a while. It's been quite a while. All right. I mean, I might have played it on the Halloween marathon because I just threw a bunch of them on there for that. But yeah, City of the Dead. All right, it looks like that'll probably be the movie next week then. Sounds good. All right, looking good. I think we got a winner for next week. City of the Dead. I'm just curious now. When's the last time I did play it? This is showing October of 2019 as the last time I played that. So unless I'm overlooking something, but I mean, I got them right here. I know every Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat for the last several years. But yeah, wow. Okay, that one's definitely due. City of the Dead. That'll be it. And then we'll have to come up with some new ones, won't we? Soon, soon, soon. All right, so Brad says, "I think they should release some Universal horror movies like Psycho to the public domain." Oh, that's a very good movie. I love Psycho. Classic. Anger, Pennsylvania. Ooh, like City of the Dead. Good movie. It is a good movie. Very good choice. Paul says, "By the way, Tommy Lasorda died of a heart attack Friday. Rest in peace." Oh, I hadn't heard that. Okay, well that's too bad. Some bad news here tonight. That's not good. Jason says, "Carnival of Souls." All right. Get my list out here. Carnival of Souls. If I've not played it for a while. Right now I can see I haven't played it for a while. Carnival of Souls. When is the last time I played Carnival of Souls? Holy cow. All right, so it's been a while. Like, very technical schedule here. Wow, you guys are throwing some good ones at me. It's been a while. Carnival of Souls. I don't even see the last time I played that one. Carnival of Souls. Bear with me, because now I'm interested. Wow. I don't see that on here. Is it possible that I haven't even played that since we've started with Stream TV? I mean, it's an older episode that I did in 2016 before I joined up with Stream TV. But I'm surprised I haven't played that episode. But yeah, we can. All right. Well, there's our next couple of weeks: City of the Dead and Carnival of Souls. All right. So let's see. Where are we at here? Psycho's in love with a 1987 horror comedy movie. Bonehead says, longtime Dodgers manager will rest in peace. Yeah. Jason says, did a wolf man bite your finger? No, I smashed it. I'm always smashing fingers and toes. I'm always doing something. I go through a lot of tape, I guess. Yeah, I just kind of smashed it up a little bit. So, Paul Lynn says, can you play it on the live show? Hey, Glam, what are you still with us? What's that? Which one? City of the Dead or Carnival of Souls? We'll see. I'll wait for your response. But if it's a live show, I'm more prone to do something we haven't played before. So, Killdozer versus the Car. Bonehead says Killdozer. I remember looking at that, and now I found the movie, but I wasn't confident. I wasn't real comfortable. I think, if I'm remembering this right, that because I remember you bringing this up, that it was public domain. I don't know. I think I walked away from that one not knowing for sure if that was public domain. So I just wasn't comfortable enough with that one. Paul says Motel Hell also was a good choice. Farmer Vincent and his meat pies. Yeah, we had that as a watch party before on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. I do remember that. Oh, you're just saying the Killdozer versus Killdozer versus the Car. Oh, okay. I thought your Bonehead says my money's on the bulldozer. Yep, always go for the bulldozer. Angry Pennsylvanian says. Yeah, that's where my money would go. Jason says, I know Ega gets much playtime thanks to my request. yeah, you have. I think you were probably the only one requesting that movie. Yeah, though that's one, I know for fact I haven't played that one in a long time. So I might have to throw that one in there too. Cody says, oh, we got 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm considering, I was just thinking about this before the show tonight, about the next Friday Night Frights, about the next live show. Here's what I think I'm going to do. Because I put these up on YouTube, okay? And I keep getting inundated with all these messages from YouTube. I'm getting, and it affects this show right here, my ability to do live shows. So what I think I'm going to do is we'll do the Friday Night Frights. We'll do a live show, Jack Shadow and the viewers, like we've done, and then what I might do is only have that show available to watch on Stream TV. That might be the route I go. So, but to me, I don't mind that. I think that's kind of neat. So, I mean, you would watch it live on YouTube and Facebook, but then after that, after I've downloaded that content, I take it off of YouTube, and then I just send it to Stream TV. So that might be the way I do that. Just to let you know. And if we do a live Friday Night Frights, probably on. I'll get back to you. I'll give you more information on this, but it might be, maybe we'll do it on February 5th. That's a Friday. I don't know. We'll see. I want to start with new programming. So, and we'll see. I don't know. I can't commit to that right now, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. Cody says my favorite clown horror story got to be the movies It. I definitely enjoyed the originals, but I think I like the newer ones better simply because they made them a lot more scary and the effects are top notch in my opinion. What do you think? Yeah, I do. I do think that, you know. Plus the other one, wasn't it a? It was kind of like. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I did not watch it on TV. I watched Salem's Lot. It was like a mini series. It was throughout that week when they played Salem's Lot. It was like several nights in a row of them playing that movie. Uh, I think it, the original It, wasn't it done in the same way? I could be wrong on that. Maybe it came out in the theaters. Maybe it was a theatrical release. For some reason, I'm thinking that came out on TV, like in several nights. Does anybody remember that? If do, please share. Um, but I agree with that. I agree. They were able to do so much more with the effects and that with the clown effects and the just the frightening, you know, image of the clown. Let's see. Chuck says, replying to Cassandra, watching from my hospital bed. Oh, you're in a hospital bed, Chuck. Well, I hope whatever issues you have there, I wish you a speedy recovery. Thanks for joining us. Paul says, stop drinking. What? Somebody out there needs to stop drinking, evidently. But let's see. Brad says Universal Studio copyrighted classic horror movies like Halloween or Psycho, Halloween, and Jaws has overstayed its welcome and should be released to the public domain. Sometimes it costs money to keep these classic Universal movies like King Kong 1933 copyrighted. Anyone agree? I wouldn't mind seeing the original 1933 King Kong in the public domain. I think that'd be cool. I would love to. I would love to, because that is such a great movie. You know, to this day, I would rather watch that movie. And maybe it's just the era of time I grew up in, because you know, certainly the quality is increased in your ability to make that movie, that story. But I just I've always loved. I've always loved that movie from 33. I've always loved the stop motion animation from it, and it just holds that special place in my heart. You know, when I see the stills from it, the pictures, and watch that movie. So I don't know. I like I said, I'd rather actually watch that version of that movie than anything current. So let's see. Paul says both would be great. City of the Dead would be my first choice to do, but you could play The Thing from another. Then we cut off there, but you talking about the John Carpenter film? If that's the one, I wouldn't be able to play that one. I would not be. That one's not public domain. I would love to though. I think that's a really good movie. I would love to play that one. Chuck says waiting to get T Monday and Cardiovert this week. Oh. Well, I certainly wish you a speedy recovery there, Chuck. It's been a while. I haven't seen you on here for a while, so it's nice to see you tonight. I wish that you were more comfortable and in a better, you know, situation there. But it is nice to see you joining us tonight. So, Jason says I love seeing your shows on YouTube. Roll the dice and keep it on. Maybe, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm back and forth about the not only just tonight me talking to you guys, but I've been back and forth with this going on since 2016. I really have. I was about to at one time I didn't take them all off of YouTube, but I did at one time. I made them unavailable for anybody to see just because I was so, and that didn't even stop YouTube, you know? So I just get tired of it, so tired of it. But there was one time when I was done with it. I was just gonna take them all off, and then they're back. So we'll see. There's ones that are up there, I suppose I'll just keep them there. But for future, I don't know. I've got to. There's something with it. I've talked about this before. There's something about it where I would like to make. I would like Children Night Theater to be a live show, but I'd also like it to only be exclusive on Stream TV. Um, there's something that I think is kind of fun about that. It's kind of neat. It's like a little novelty in a way. Um, I don't know. I go back and forth with that idea too. So maybe I'll have to have a vote. We'll see. Um, let's see. Bonehead says The Car Part 2, Road to Revenge. Yep, that's a real movie and not nearly as good as the original The Car. Ah, okay. The Road to Revenge. I've not seen The Road to Revenge. Paul says, could you possibly play The Thing from Another World? It was the first movie, the John Carpenter reboot with Kurt Russell. I would love to, but I can't now. That's not to say that maybe Dale is able to find it for a watch party, because there's, in Facebook for those watch parties, those are not public domain, or I mean, they could be, but they don't have to be, because that's the agreement that Facebook gets with whoever has the rights to those movies. So that might be something that is a possibility for a watch party, and with Dale playing '80s movies, that would certainly fall into that category. Brad says, "You remember them?" Oh, heck yeah, I do. Heck yeah, I remember that one. I haven't seen that since I was a little kid, but I definitely remember it. Bonehead says Godzilla Meets the Wolfman is also a real movie made by fans. I was gonna say, it'd have to be, because I've never even I've never heard of that. Godzilla Meets the Wolfman. That seems like that would be a little uneven of a battle. I don't know. No, nothing in that title indicates that they're fighting. They might just meet. They might have a drink. They might have a friendly chat. But I think if they were to actually engage in combat, I think the Wolfman would be in a lot of trouble. So, hey, speaking, I was thinking of monsters, and earlier, and I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt. I got to throw up this really cool picture, boom, of Boba Fett. Have you guys? Are you watching any of this stuff? Are you seeing? Tamora Morrison does such a fantastic. I gotta move over a little bit. Job playing Boba Fett. Oh man, what a neat idea. I hope that they really continue to do a great job with this. I'll move him over a little bit. Get over there. But they're doing such a great job. But the reason it got me thinking about that, I threw these pictures up like right before the show tonight, because I was thinking of all the monsters, um, I think the almighty Sarlacc. There he is, grappling a poor victim and pulling him into its gaping maw, where he will be slowly digested for over 1,000 years. Now that, to me, is far more menacing than a werewolf, or even the shark from Jaws, or or the Blob, or something. I don't know. To me, that's a monster. I mean, that's a terrifying concept to me. So I don't know. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. A good way to blend science and horror, or science fiction and horror, like the Thing, for example, um, and Godzilla. Okay, 8:56. We got about 5 more minutes left. Angry Pennsylvania. Brian, my cat crawled up on the laptop and nuzzled you. Aw. So you just don't know it. Well, thanks for letting me know that. Uh, I was nuzzled. Jason says it was a made-for-TV movie with John Boy. I remember that. John Boy and Jack Tripper. Yeah, yeah. John Ritter. Is that his name? John Ritter? The actual, the actor there. Yeah, I know what you mean. John Boy. We mentioned Battle of the Stars a couple weeks ago with John Boy too. I can't think of the actor's name, but I remember that. I don't remember watching it. I remember watching Battle of the Stars on TV, and I remember watching Salem's Lot when that came out. But I like it when they do stuff like that. Those used to be kind of fun. A family would gather around. And let's see. Cody says, fun fact behind the scenes: the kids who played the kids in the movie actually got terrified due to how realistic and scary the guy behind the clown mask was. So after the scenes, he would have to calm them down, the kids, and say, "That's not real. It's just a movie." Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that. Holy cow! Oh my gosh, guys, I am so sorry. I didn't realize I was this far behind with the comments. That's outstanding. Let's see. David says Bela Lugosi's only film in color was Scared to Death, 1947. Is that right? Actually, I did not even know that. That's pretty neat. Let's see. Dale says I'm always taking suggestions. So there you go. Requests for the watch parties. Let Dale know. As he was saying, he takes requests. So Jason says Boba Fett was my favorite character, but I haven't seen any of the new stuff. Oh, you will not be disappointed. Not at all. Bonehead says, I got to look at myself in the mirror. That's the scariest thing I'll ever see. Well, you be careful with that. Brad says, 5 minutes till Chillinite Theater already. Got your Roku's ready. I know. This like, I always say, it's like the fastest hour of the week for me. One of the funnest. Cassandra says, replying to Cassandra, David was slightly tired as well. I can't get my shot because I have really bad allergic reactions to shots and vaccines. Ah, well, that's not good. You don't want a little crawling eye growing out of your shoulder like in the Manster. Such as was the claim for David's shot reaction. That's funny. That's funny. Oh, speaking of that, geez, I'm sitting here like, all right, schedule. That's kind of why we're here, huh? Or partly. 9 o'clock in just a few minutes. Heck, 1 minute. Children shouldn't play with dead things. I gotta hurry. 11. Chiller Chat, my guest is Leah Dawn Madden. 11:30. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Night of the Living Dead. 1:30. Chiller Chat, my guest is Gary Striner. And 2 a.m. The reason that prompted my memory for this is the Manster on Chiller Night Theater. So everybody, wow, there's so many responses. Thank you for joining me once again. I really appreciate it, and it was a great fun hour. Go to streammedia.tv, get hooked up, watch Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat all night long until about 3:30 in the morning. So have a good night, have a good Chiller night. We'll see you next week.